Yeah, Hove in the building. Welcome.
Oh boy, it's already starting. It's already starting.
I haven't even got to drinking my tea yet, and I'm already starting. Oh wow. Okay. JB, get it together, JB. Welcome to the Sabby and Jaybe show. I don't know if I can do this. Okay, I promise I'm not high. Look, just to let you guys know, we're on the RBN network. The Sabby and JB show is live every single Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch us. And you can also catch Savvy on the Savvy Show on RBN on Fridays at 6. And you can catch me on the JB Show on Sundays at 1. Yeah. Also, if you are new to the channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you like what you're watching, please press the thumbs up and the link bell to notify whenever we go live or we have some uploads. So,
That's right.
yep. And thank you to our patrons on Patreon for all your support because it really means a lot. And we thank you so very much from the top and bottom of our hearts. Introducing the hostess with the mostest. That's from now on, that is your title. The queen herself, Sabby Sabs.
Hello. What's going on, JB? I can't wait to get into this discussion.
Me
I
neither.
can't wait. For those who
Oh,
are new, the JB and Sabby show is a little bit of a different take. We
mm,
typically focus on pop culture
yeah.
or, sometimes nerdy topics,
Hmm.
something just to give you a break from politics.
Yeah, but we also kind of mix politics a little bit. And by the way, it's the Sabby and JB show. Remember, Sabby's name is first on the title. Yeah. So look, first, customary, get to the people who are in the comments just to say hello. I'm gonna be very quick with it because we got to get to this topic because I'm itching to get to this one. This is gonna be a good one. All right. So, wow, she's black. Woo! She said a lot already. She's getting into it. She's black. She's starting off hot.
She said a lot.
She
She's
said,
black wrote an essay.
"Oh Lord, let's go." She's black says Jay Z knows exactly what he's doing. He knows that people are realizing that capitalism is a scam. He also knows listen that some people listen idolize him. These celebrities are definitely low key reading our tweets. What he said on that space was strategic move to protect capitalism. Everything these celebrities, blood-sucking capitalists do or say is strategic. Hang on. Ooh, Lord. Got two more. In 4 years, he'll be campaigning for Jim Crow. Look, girl, she's black. You are giving me life right now.
She's on it.
Yes. She's black also because he says, this is the same dude who called himself the reincarnation of Fred. He did? The reincarnation of Fred Hampton.
Ah.
The hell?
I can't make this up.
Let me continue reading. This is the equivalent of the McDonald's Corporation putting MLK face on their products while explaining their work. Ain't no lies being told. She's black. She ends with, it is sad when black celebrities scream revolutionary names in the name of capitalism. Ah! Thank you. Mm-mm-mm.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
That was a mic drop moment, She's Black. That was your mic drop moment. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody give her some applause in the chat because that was good. That was
Let me do
good
the slow 1980s movie clap.
You gotta do it with the face. You know? Or sometimes it's something so good that you gotta do it with the stank face, like Oh, it's love. I love it when I do it with the stank face, because it just is that good.
Mm-hmm.
Gary Seth is in the house saying Joe Biden has 99 problems and Bernie ain't one. Oh, Sabby, you said this was going to be a good show. You were right.
Oh.
And the Fed said, I love that name. And the Fed says, people welfare bad, corporate welfare good. Nick says, Jay Z thinks because he grew up poor and black that he can rob people of their labor value. Ooh.
Oh man, the comments.
Oh, look. I love our viewers. God damn, I love y'all. Okay, Joe OWS says, keep in mind, family, all politics are local. A strong local community creates strong foundation which to build from, and with those strong communities, we can take on the state and the federal. Thank you so much, Joe. Adding some levity to the conversation. I appreciate that very much. Yipper99 is up in here. Yipper, it's so good to see you. Yippee! Okay. Bryce, my brother from another mother, good to see you too. All right. Let's continue to keep going. And who else is new? All right. Based, God, flashy. Wait, now you got me thinking about that song. I'm base, God, and flashy. Oh, never mind. Anyway, time for Jay Z to get Ether again. Didn't Nas produce an album called Ether, and it was against Jay Z, and he basically
Yeah.
like,
Oh yeah. Yeah, they did not get along. I don't know if they get along now, but I know back then they didn't.
well, they're part of the same class technically, so I mean, they probably get along now. Mm. All right, so Bad Cookies is in the chat saying, I have to get my Sabby fix. I am not going to get to see Sabby for a good while. Sad face. Oh,
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 I'm sad, Bad Cookies.
oh, yeah. Love to you, Bad Cookies. John Kemper, the Blue Marble himself, saying, hey, family, time for some smiles. It's time. Wait. Did you saw the Lion King back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Remember when Rafiki puts his hands on on Simba's shoulders and he goes, "It is time." That's what I thought of when I heard that. Like, it is time. All right. Trish T saying RBN with the love. All right. Bestie, Sweary Fairy. She says, hey, my loves. Hey, Sweary. Hey, good to see
Sweet.
you. Where Pilgrim, our friend, good to see you as well. Roman Smith is in the house. He said, I got 99 problems and they're all senators. Ooh.
That's a good one. That's a
All right.
really good one.
That was damn, all the mic drops tonight.
I know.
Rodrigo says, didn't revolutionary anti-establishment fighter Jay-Z endorse Obama and Biden?
Oh, cheerio.
Touche.
Ouch.
Buckeye fan 05 says, I hope you guys mentioned that Jay played a role in the gentrification of Brooklyn in order for the Nets to move to Brooklyn. Also, he stabbed Colin Kaepernick in the back by working with the NFL.
That's right.
Ooh, ooh.
Buckeye fan coming with the receipts here.
Mm. With the receipts. Okay, hang on. We got Gore, son of none. Two of my favorite people. Oh, thanks, Gore. Thank you so much. All right. And who else do we have that I can get to say hello to? I'm just trying to make sure I say hello to all the people for the first couple minutes. All right. Boiled rope lamp posts says the algebra of capitalism. Ooh. And Noli D. Hey, Noli. Good to see you, friend, to the show, Noli D. Let me see. Harajuku 3000 says, how Sway, how? Is that a reference to Sway? The radio personality. He used to be on MTV.
A
And
lot
then
of
we
people,
have,
huh?
yeah, a lot. Robin says, hey, friends. Hey, Robin. Hi. Sorry.
I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to go there.
You know me. You know me. Wait. If you don't know me by now, you will never, never, never know me. No, you won't. Gamer, so good to see you. Much love to all the chat and JB and Sabu.
Sabu.
Jill's in the chat saying hello. All right. Okay, so we got to get to the topic at hand because this is some good stuff. Hey, Lucky, good to see you. All right. Um, so Jay Z, Mr. Beyonce Knowles, Sean Carter, Hove, Young Hova. This is the dumbest thing I ever heard before in my life. That guy. He so he was in a Twitter space and he said a couple things. And it was quite interesting as to what he said. When I heard it, I texted Sabby and I said, "Can we please do this for the show?" And she said, "Sure." I was like, "Thank you." And so I'm just gonna let you guys listen. I'm not even gonna read the quote, but Jay Z's in the Twitter space. I'm gonna share my screen really quick. I want you guys to listen to what he says, and trust me, y'all know Jay Z's voice. All right, Chip,
Yes.
Ho, in the building. All right, y'all hear that, okay? And y'all be like, "Oh, that's definitely him."
Can I just
All
point
right.
out who else is in this Twitter space too?
Yes, please point it out.
Okay. DJ Khaled is also in this Twitter space as one of the speakers. So just keep that in mind when you hear
D-
what Jay-Z says.
DJ Khaled,
We're
we
the
the best.
best. We're taking over.
We taking
Listen.
over. Oh, hang on. Let me make sure I start this before I. This is gonna be a doozy. You ready, chat?
Just
Let me
hold
expand
on
this.
to your seats for this one, guys.
DJ. And by the way, MSNBC's Ari Melber is also in the chat
Yep.
and in this space.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh gosh.
Yeah, we're not gonna stop. This the hip hop is young. We still growing, and we're not falling for that technology, whatever this public puts out there now. That before was the American dream. Pull yourself out of straps, and you can make it in America. All these lies that America told us our whole life. Um, and then when we start getting it, they try to lock us out of it. They start inventing words like capitalist and things like that. I mean, we've been called nigger and monkeys and shit. I don't care. Those words y'all come up with, y'all got to come up with stronger words. When I say y'all, I'm not talking about you. The words they come up with, they got to come up with stronger words. We're not going to stop. We're not going to be tricked out of our position. Y'all locked us out. Y'all created a system that, doesn't include us. We said, fine. We went our alternate route. We created this music. We did our thing. We hustled. We fucking killed ourselves to get to this space. And now it's like, eat the rich and think, man, we're not stopping. So that evolution is, from us, we came from selling 7 records and selling records out of our trunk and, no radio play. And I think Reasonable Doubt did 36,000 the first week or something like that. I may be adding a little to it. So I come from Marcy Projects. My first house, 615 Lexington Avenue. My grandmother's house, 7 families lived. Like, she has 7 kids. My mother and my parents and siblings lived in that house. My aunt Niecy lived in that house. Hootie lived in that house. Butchie lived in the basement. I mean, this is one house. I went back to that house. I did an interview with Oprah, and I couldn't believe how small this house was. that all of us lived in that house. So again, that evolution that you speak of, it's just real and it's happening in real time, and I'm talking about it. And we're not going to stop, and we're not going to stop talking about it. You're not going to trick us out of and make us feel ashamed to be successful in a place that set up a system for us to be dead at 21.
Oh, where do we begin?
Where to begin? Sabby, please, if you have something to say right now, please do the honors.
It's really interesting. At the beginning of the conversation, he talks about the American dream. And he says that, they tried to sell us this, that you could achieve the American dream, but we were locked out of it. He says that in the very beginning. Then he goes on to say that once we got it, then now all of a sudden they started inventing words like capitalism. I'm pretty sure the word capitalism existed before Jay-Z was born. Like, I'm sorry, but no one invented this word because Jay-Z became successful. That's it's like that's very like what ego, right? So he admits himself that the American dream, that this idea that is preached to a lot of us from the time that we are kids, he admits to you in that conversation that it's a sham, that very few people actually get to live this American dream that he's referring to. So the fact that later on in that conversation, he begins to say, once we got it,
Got
now they
what?
want to come, now they want to attack us. Now they want to say things like, eat the rich. No, we're not going anywhere. This is why I tell people, just because you grew up poor, if you are now rich, that doesn't mean you still have sympathy or you still sympathize with people who are poor right now. And Jay-Z is a perfect example of that. Look at what he's doing. He said, you're not going to make us feel ashamed for being successful. Why do you feel ashamed? People, as a celebrity, people are always going to criticize you, right? But if you feel some type of shame, that's on you. That's on you. If you feel that you got your success a moral way, in a fair way, that you didn't cross over anybody, that you didn't do anybody dirty, which a lot of people have to get to where they are, and that includes Miss Oprah Winfrey, who he mentioned in that Twitter space.
Name dropping.
Exactly. So like if you feel like you did it the right way and you didn't cross anybody and you didn't do anything dirty to get to where you are, if you feel like you are not being irresponsible with your wealth in reference to supporting your community, the community that you grew up in, if you feel that you have not become complicit with gentrification, which Jay-Z has based on some of his investments, then you shouldn't feel ashamed. You feel shame because the things that people are saying is true.
Yeah.
I
And
have to say, JB, this really quick. Like, Jay-Z is exactly who we thought he was.
well, that also says a lot about Beyonce because she's the one that married him. She said yes. That's all I got to say. I mean, here's my thing. He talks because a lot of times with a lot of black people, a lot of famous black people will talk about how they'll try to make the case for capitalism, even though capitalism is one of the reasons why we were in this spot that we get to begin with. It's like make that make sense. Like, why did they bring, like Mr. Carter? Why did they bring your ancestors over to this continent in the first place? Why? Was it just because they hated you? They wanted to punish you? No, it was really because they wanted cheap labor, and your ancestors were that cheap labor. that they can either use for very cheap or free. And so that's why they brought your ancestors over. And this is why once we started to actually, become free because we're not actually free in this country. And then we started to advance, somewhat in the capitalist system. Then they held us back further because guess what? Capitalism is a system that wants to concentrate, the very few at the top. Guess who also got swept up in being uh, basically depressed? It was also some white people because guess what? Not a lot of white people are really at the top either. It is a system that is built that favors them, but a lot of them are concentrated at the top. So this is why you got some poor white people that were caught in the crossfire. And so capitalism is a very selfish, self-serving system. And so for a lot of us black people, it has not actually bore out any type of salvation, any type of liberation for us. Mr. Carter, you are the exception, not the rule. And you can't say, well, why am I the exception? Well, maybe because I worked hard. No, brother. So many of us have worked hard. It's crazy. If working hard was really just the way to get success, do you know how many black people, the entire community of black people in this country would be billionaires?
We
My
be
mom,
rich.
my mama would be a billionaire right now. And so you can't say, and then he quoted the whole bootstrap thing. Look, number one, Jay Z is older than me, so he should know better. Number two, he should know the history of the actual phrase, the bootstrap, because that was actually a phrase that actually showed how stupid capitalism was. Because you cannot lift yourselves up by your shoelaces off the ground. That's what it means. And guess what? You can't even lift up yourself by your bootstraps if you ain't got no boots. We ain't got no boots
Or straps.
or straps. So Jay Z is talking about we feel, making us feel ashamed for exploitation. Yes,
That's
yes,
right. That's
feel
right.
bad. Let it sit in your gut, man. Let that sit there. Let it sit there. Let it sit there that people in your neighborhood are still struggling. And let it sit there that you got multiple houses and there's some people out there that ain't got none. Have you listened to Tupac? Did you listen to him? You're one of his contemporaries. Come on, man. You're sitting there talking about you don't want to feel ashamed for being rich, and yet here you are, having parties at Chateau Marmont while they're exploiting workers.
That's right.
Hell, Keisha Banks, one of the Banks sisters, was helping to, and I'm actually going to get into that a little bit later about getting the unionization for Chateau Marmont, which Jay Z and Beyonce host Oscar parties every single year there.
That's right. And they were there when people were picketing outside. They walked right
Exactly.
in, walked right past them, and walked right in. So the message that I got from that Twitter space from Jay Z, it almost kind of came across very selfish. Like he said, "Look, we got ours." Yeah, he did. You see, that's the problem. He got his. It doesn't sound like to me he wanted everybody else to get there.
Yeah.
Do
But
you see what I'm saying? Bro.
Hey
man,
y'all.
hey, I'm gonna say this one thing before I introduce Rome. Cry harder, Hove. Cry harder. Because guess what? Even though for a little bit of time in your life you struggled, but then you were the exception rather than the rule. Talk to some of us that are way past the age that you were that are still in this mess because the system wasn't actually built for us. And they will
That's
prop up
right.
people like you. They will prop up people like Oprah Winfrey. They will prop up people like Tyler Perry, and then they'll make it look like, see, this is an example. We actually have these people, but then when we try to uplift ourselves collectively as a group, guess what? They say, no, 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 no. You can't do it that way. You can't actually uplift yourself. Only one at a time when there's a million of you trying to get in. they basically bottleneck the entire experience, and then they shut us out.
Well, where was that same type of energy from Jay-Z when the NFL basically blacklisted Colin Kaepernick? And what does Jay-Z do? His response is, let me go work for the same industry that kicked a black man out because he was protesting against police violence. Where was Jay-Z?
Where was he? Rome.
Brother, he wasn't even around when Barack Obama, well, even before Barack Obama shut down the protest that NBA was doing. He didn't say anything about why they were protesting. He didn't shed any light on it, didn't drop a song on it, and if he shed light to, to what's going on in black communities, for real, a lot of those, he won't have those deals that he have today. Like if he was out there and motivating us to actually, become one with our community. What? Hell no, he's still talking about selling drugs at the 40 years of rapping. So yeah, I don't expect much from him, but to twist words. That's what all these people do. They always twist our leaders' words. I didn't heard capitalists twist Malcolm X words and say, "Oh, well, Malcolm X wanted us to have this and that." About no, Malcolm X wanted liberation, et cetera, et cetera. But he's saying, "Get rich by any means necessary." Malcolm X ain't tell you that shit. You a motherfucking lie. But this is what these people do. They twist these phrases, these words, these people's livelihood to fit their motives. Like you can't sit here and say, well, they call us niggas and then say, eat the rich. What the fuck? What the fuck? Calling you a capitalist have anything to do with anybody calling you a nigga, or with the ER? It has nothing to do with nothing. You just feel offended because when you're not around in those circles, and you finally go down these wormholes and look up Jay-Z, and you start to see people that really critique what you do, pointing out that you having sweatshops that make your fucking clothing, that make your shoes, right? How you barely even pay your producers, right? So when you get out of those goddamn circles that you are in, when a champagne bottle popping stops, and you go look at those critiques, and you start to feel it because the shit is fucking real. You a capitalist, whether you black, white, or whatever. You a capitalist. That ain't got nothing to do with you being black. I can point out a couple of black capitalists, a couple of them, and they sound just like you. But I wouldn't expect too much from Jay-Z. He's not going to give up his wealth. When it's us, come on, man. He barely even said something about George Floyd. And when it's going to be us on the ground, like we know while they're hiring 100,000 more cops, we know that there's going to be mass arrests and, people in the streets rioting. People in Mississippi doesn't have water. 80%, a town that's 80% black doesn't have water. Nothing from these people, right? But they're gonna get theirs, and he'd be sure to sell on my album about selling crack in our neighborhoods, and then say that he brought himself up. Nigga, you brought yourself up off the backs of the black community, just like any of these motherfuckers did. That's why you have no problem with slavery. That's why you have no problem with the sweatshops, because you can sell crack to a pregnant mother, and then there's nothing to have a fucking black slave. You don't give a fuck where your money coming from.
He didn't choose to lift up his community with him. He didn't choose to do that. It was just like he got his and he's good. He's all set. And we see this happen a lot of times. I see some people mentioning Puff Daddy in the chat. Same thing. Mm-hmm. Same thing. I'm sorry, but it's just that you can't sit up here and basically this crazy Twitter space that he had say this comment like, I grew up in the projects in a house with multiple people. Motherfucker, you ain't there now. Like, I'm sorry, but look, what have you done? What did you go back and do for that community after you got yours? That's the question. All you continue to do is
buy it. The people that they was asking him to buy it, and now the same people that's in his projects is out there right now protesting.
Yep.
Like, where they at when we need them? Trying to protect their image, trying to protect what they have. He don't give a fuck. If he gave a fuck, he wouldn't be a billionaire. And if he was a billionaire, it wouldn't be off the backs of slavery or whatnot. Like he would have a point on people You know what I'm saying? Him not being a capitalist, right? If he still sold just plain CDs, if all he did was music, you have a point, my nigga. You know, you're not signed to these industries. You don't have multi-million-dollar deals with companies that use slave labor. Like, what else should we call you? A sellout? I don't get it. What do you want to be called? Because that isn't black power. You're not even using the tools that, you know what I'm saying? You're not even using the tools that the white man gave you correctly to uplift our community. When we use the tools that the white man give us, it's always to rebuild our community, not to rebuild theirs, not to go around them, not to become one of them. And that's what he has done. So what should we call you, Jay-Z? Is either you a capitalist or a sellout? Because there isn't much else left. Like, you know, and I feel that you are offended, but if you offended, then close down the sweatshops. Talk to LeBron about closing down his sweatshops. Why don't y'all come over here and bring those fucking those factories into black communities and pay us $20-some an hour? You want to talk about lifting some people up? You can really do it, but you know it's gonna come with a price, and there's a lot of money when it comes to actually helping people, and you won't even be able to get it back because the government don't work like that.
So I want to ask a question to both you and Sabby, Rome. Sabby, if you can go first and answer this question. What do you say to somebody that says, well, you guys are just salty because he's successful and you're not? What would you say to something like that? Because I know for a fact that there are people who are capitalist sympathizers, those temporarily embarrassed millionaires that would come in and be like, oh yeah, y'all just salty because he got successful. What would you say to that?
No, I just think that, first of all, define success. Is success determined by how much money you have, or is success determined by what you've accomplished? Because I would say that someone might be more successful, the people who've actually done things and accomplished things in their community, the people who are activists, the people who are organizers, the people who are giving something back. What is Jay-Z giving back? All he's done is for himself, not to mention the gentrification aspect. He's part of the reason why there's gentrification in Brooklyn. So you have to look, I'm sorry, but when we look at these things, you have to ask yourself, what exactly are they doing to help people who were in the same position that they grew up in? What are they doing to help those individuals get out of poverty? What are they doing? You know how much mutual aid Jay-Z could do with all the money and resources and connections that he has? The fact that he could sit there and just walk past the workers on strike and still hold the event anyway. That to me, that is very selfish. That is soulless. And that says you care about your bottom line. Number one, it's all about what he wants for him.
Yeah. My point is also, just before you go, Rome, it's like, okay, he can say, oh, I gave back to the community. I want to know what you gave back to the community. What I'll claim it on your taxes as a write-off.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Nothing. I'm pretty sure it's nothing. You know, and if it was something, then his community would be in a different position right now. And to everybody who lick these billionaire boots, these celebrities' boots, y'all niggas ain't gonna be rich. Like, I don't know, maybe you would look up on some Twitter fame or some TikTok fame, but the only way you can get to that level is by doing some ill ass shit. And I doubt if you even touch those type of people ever in your fucking life. So, you know, I ain't telling you give up your hope and dreams, but nigga, you delusional. And nobody is hating on anybody, quote unquote, success. Like Sabby said, what does it mean to be successful? Because if I was sitting here, like, this is why all these rich people kill them fucking selves. They be eating their brain alive with all these fucking pills, or fucking around and hang them goddamn selves because of all this hurt that they have caused and all the shit. You can't just, even if you are evil human, you can't just not look at this shit and take it in. You know you got sweatshops. You know you got all the, you know what I'm saying? You know you're doing shady business. And that shit, it weighs on your heart. Like, I don't give a fuck how much money he got. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on what you do with the tools that they gave you, man. Like, if you become a billionaire, good. But you can, not good. Not good. You becoming a billionaire in the right way. You selling your own music. You're not selling out your artists. paying your producers and et cetera, and you just got your own movement going, and you become a billionaire, then yeah, but nigga, you ain't. I mean, like, I keep it real. He's successful, but he's only that way because of the people who was put around him. It's not about what you can do; it's about who knows who. Jay-Z not even the fucking best rapper around. He haven't been ever. So, but look at the status. Look how they put him up there. Like, he's the GOAT. When we got many other artists out there in New York, that's probably better than him. We'll never hear from him because him and Diddy gonna blackball their ass.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think about someone like Tupac. Would Tupac do this? No, Tupac was still, even after Tupac became popular, Tupac was still going back to the community. He was still hanging out with people in the community. Jay-Z, no, not so much. It just, I think that Jay-Z is one of those people. He became, very wealthy and kept expanding like businesses and things like that. But he's also had fallen outs with people along the way. Like, look at all the people you don't see around him anymore, right? So when the more money that you get, there's also a little bit of paranoia, I think, that can come with that as well. And then you start to wonder, so-and-so, this person really my friend, or they just want what I have? And I think that's why for me, like, I never wanted to be rich. I never wanted to be wealthy because I've met people who are wealthy. I've gone to school with people like that. And you know what I learned? They tend to be some really miserable, unhappy people.
Wow.
8 times out of 10. And Sabby, if you can look at how this man is doing us, and look how he did Rock Nation or State Property back in the days, Benny Siegel, et cetera, all these people, Dame Dash, he fucked up all their deals, had all these motherfucking corporate people in his ear like, look, if you don't do it right, if you don't get these niggas from around you, look at they smoking and blah, blah. So he cleaned up his image, started putting on suits. He left State Property behind, act like these niggas don't even exist no more. And this is what he did to us. But then he get mad when people criticize him. So just like Benny Siegel came back out a couple years ago, dissed him, and he like, Jay-Z said, all I see is a whole bunch of niggas I made millionaires, spilling their feelings in the air. Like, nigga, that's not the point. The point is loyalty, and you left me behind, bro.
I will say at least LeBron, one thing I will say about LeBron James, at least he has done for people in the community. He built the schools, and we need to see more of that, right? And it's not just Jay-Z, it's also people like Oprah Winfrey. What has Oprah Winfrey? She's another one. She likes to tell the story how she grew up really poor and in poverty. But what have you done for the people in that community when you got yours? How have you helped out the people who are still poor there?
That's a good question.
Y'all ass. By saying how I sold so much crack to this neighborhood. Like, this nigga talk so much shit about, you know what I'm saying? I ain't fucking clean or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I ain't did my biddings, but shit, I ain't about to brag about it for 30 years. And then you go back and look at the community and be like, damn, well, you did this to this community? Like, you got so much balls to rap about how much hurt and damage you did to the community. Why don't you do something to reverse that hurt? But just like, you know what I'm saying? Just like he can't face us, he can't face the community that he left behind, because then he gonna see what you know what I'm saying, the damage he really has caused. And it's I ain't even talking about music. Fuck people listening to music. I'm talking about all these drugs that he's so so-called pushed in these neighborhoods. Bricks. Think about how many families are brick. Think about how many mothers in a fucking city can sniff off a fucking brick. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of fucking people. That's a lot of people that you damaging throughout here in the world. Now you fucking big time drug dealer, right? Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I'll be Jay-Z ass though.
Actually, he's speaking as if he's a leader in the Black community.
Shit.
And here's my thing. If you're going to think of yourself as a leader in the Black community, then, well, be prepared for the critique. And and Sabby, I love that you shared this with me. I am going to share this video.
Yay!
Because Rome spoke about Malcolm X, so we're going to play some Malcolm X. That's what we're going to do. Because guess what? Malcolm X has some things to say. Let's go. All right. Boom. Enlarge. We got it all right. Okay, let's go.
These leaders that they call leaders. This included Lena Horne. This included Dick Gregory. And this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the white community and over the black community by the white community, and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear. These leaders that they call leaders. This included Lena Horne. This included Dick Gregory. And this included comedians, comics.
That's right.
He even included Lena Horne and Dick Gregory in that analysis. Right?
He said they're puppets. He said these are puppets. These are clowns.
You're gonna let you think that these motherfuckers can continue to get Oscars, awards, you know what I'm saying? Acknowledgments throughout these elitists, and then be black power? Like, come on, man. We know how this shit goes.
Mm-hmm.
We know how Hollywood is, right? And hip hop has gone Hollywood. Hip hop has gone Hollywood a long ass time ago. And look how Jay-Z tried to sell you Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. You think he didn't get money for this shit? Why are we listening to these people?
Mm-hmm.
Because they have influence over. These are some of the biggest influencers that we have in our communities. That's not even in our communities. That's a voice in our communities. A rapper, a singer, an actor, etc., etc. They know if they give these people enough money to spit that bullshit, they will. And we're going to listen to it because these are the only people we listen to. Because they have killed off the leaders already. They have killed Fred Hampton in his bed. They killed Malcolm X. They killed all the leaders. They locked our fellas up in prison.
Mm-hmm.
And all we got is the streets and rappers to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
And they sell us bullshit like that.
Yep. And Rome, bro, you be on point so much because I got something else to share.
Uh-oh.
I got something else to share, brother. See, this is why I love my people at at RBN. Almost said our old name. I appreciate y'all because look at what Fred Hampton said. He said, "We don't think you fight fire with fire best. We think you fight fire with water best. We're not going to fight racism with not. We're going to fight racism not with racism, but we're going to fight with solidarity. We say we're not going to fight capitalism with black capitalism. We're going to fight it with socialism. We're stood up, and we're not going to fight reactionary pigs and reactionary state attorneys like this and reactionary state attorneys like Hannaran with any other with any other reactions on our part. We're going to fight their reactions with all of us people fighting together and having an international proletarian revolution." That being said, if you feel that the word capitalist is an insult, stop being a capitalist then.
No.
I mean, if you feel bad about it, then stop doing it. I mean, just say no, Sean. That's my thing. Because you're sitting here feeling bad, because we're judging you by your station in life by also looking at people who look like you who are struggling because of a system that you benefit from.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to talk about and quote revolutionary leaders, you best be starting to live up to them, because you literally have Jay-Z literally has more resources than Fred Hampton ever did. He literally has more resources than Malcolm X ever did, or Martin Luther King.
All of our leaders put together.
And I know not everyone is not everyone is an organizer, not everyone's activist. I totally get that, but he has the resources to put together the people that already are.
Yeah.
He has the resources to get those people together and say, look, I want to do a lot of mutual aid. We want to feed people. We want to clothe people. Why are none of them doing this? But they have the money and they have the tools. Why are they trying to help anybody else? I don't like his bootstrap mentality. Not everyone can be a musician. Not everyone can have that ticket out of poverty like Jay-Z did.
No. And my thing is that you see the mentality in their actions, right?
Yep.
I say that because I'm going to share something really quick. Let me make sure. Yeah, I'm going to share this article first. So this is an article, and it's entitled "Jay-Z Needs to Decide Which Side He's On." Chateau Marmont workers to picket stars Oscars after party. And so here's the hotel Chateau Marmont. So that's a hotel where he hosts the Oscars after party at. And one of the 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 union organization that was helping them to protest against the practices of Chateau Marmont was United Here Local 11. And Kurt Peterson said, hopefully our presence will educate people that they need to go somewhere else. It says, um, and he's talking about the union. She's talking about the celebrities, instead of going to Chateau Marmont, going to a different Oscar party at a different location so that they won't cross the picket lines.
Yep.
He also says this hotel should not be seen anymore as the go-to spot in Hollywood until they change the way they treat workers. We're in a moment in our history where people need to decide which side they're on. He further says that's the question everyone needs to ask themselves, including Jay-Z. Um, so this is a very famous hotel,
Mm-hmm.
and um, it talks about the toxic environment. It says bias appeared to be rife at the hotel. Darker skinned employees have said they were subject to racist remarks and passed over for promotions. According to an investigation by the Hollywood Reporter, the Chateau's managing director, Amanda Grandinetti, referred to one staff member as "quote unquote" Blackie, and told another that they should respond to her by saying "Yes, Amasa," apparently in reference to a slave owner. In a lawsuit filed against the Chateau last year, April Blackwell, a black woman who worked at the Chateau, said Grandinetti fired her after she complained about a pattern of racist abuse from guests. It also continues to talk about how there was inappropriate touching that was done from guests, and nothing was ever done. And then one of the hotel spokespeople says this meritless allegations are all unproven for one simple reason. This person accuses they said they were manufactured in lawsuits brought and paid for by United Here Local 11 as part of the target efforts to unionize Chateau Marmont. What's wrong with unionizing? Contrary to the bogus claims of these already dismissed union-backed sham flings, Chateau Marmont has a long and well-documented history of diversity and inclusion among both our employees and our guests. If that was the case, then they wouldn't be complaining about it, right? Anyway.
Like, all these people just mad because they're fired or losing their job. No, nigga, no. Like, people work shitty jobs. These shitty jobs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the least you can do is just leave them be. Like, God damn, you're gonna harass them too? And you know what I'm saying? Like, workers, we know we ain't got money to fucking actually fight no corporation, but when they standing up to a corporation that big, it gotta be something there. It gotta be something in the water, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they say enough is enough.
I think they just won, JB.
I know, and I'm going to get to that in a second. Stop going ahead of me, Sammy.
My bad.
Working for the public suck because the public suck. Like overall, like you know, a lot of us we be consumed to our echo chambers or Twitters or Facebooks or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and it just seemed like everybody is nice. Everybody is nice. No, Americans are assholes, bro. They are assholes from the youngest to the oldest of people. Working in the public, it can be heartbreaking, man. It can really turn people different ways for real.
Yeah. Earlier in January this year, the National Labor Relations Board found that Chateau Marmont had illegally surveilled its laid-off workers at protests in order to disrupt their efforts to organize. The Federal Labor Board negotiated a settlement with the Marmont, requiring that the hotel workers' labor rights and respect the workers' labor rights and cease its interference. So they were literally surveilling its laid-off workers. Crazy. And so what it makes me wonder is that Jay-Z hasn't taken his business elsewhere. And so that says a lot.
Right, because he could have chosen a different venue.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Now,
or he could have performed for the poor people outside the motherfucker protesting and shed some light on it, like any other good artist would. Somebody you want to say you pro-black or whatever the fuck you say you doing for black people, nigga, you should have did a concert for the poor people that was protesting. That would have showed solidarity. It would have still brought people out. It would have got you all the fame. You might have lost a couple of deals, but you will never lost your people. But now we see you for who you really are. Now you get to actually come out and speak without all those cameras and shit.
Yeah.
You speaking what you feel, and you want us to shut the fuck up because we're offending you. Because if you got child labor, boo, I got child labor, man. They calling me a capitalist.
Well, okay. Here's my thing. He could have actually sat down with the owner and the managers and said, "Look, I'm not going to bring my business and my celebrity friends anywhere to this hotel anymore unless you allow these people to unionize. If you guys don't, I'm taking my money elsewhere." And that would have put a fire behind them. It would have. And then he could have had some sway with other celebrities and millionaires and billionaires that he's friends with. And then that would have moved them. But instead, he and crossed the picket line. Who does, like, do you really support people? Like, come on, man. How many people at Tidal are unionized? Are the employees at Tidal, are they unionized?
I doubt it.
That's my question. Speaking of unions, we got some good news that Sabby was alluding to earlier.
I let the cat out the bag.
It's all right. It's a good cat. It's a good cat. And this is a tweet from Courtney Banks. She said, "We won our union fight. 2+ years of hard work. Congrats. So proud of Keisha Banks for helping continuously even after we moved from LA. My favorite protest was still when we drove circles around the hotel honking our car horns." That sounds like fun.
Bass.
That's right. That's right.
So it says, shot from United Here, Local 11 says, "Chateau Marmont workers, welcome to the union." And I will read the letter. This was dated August 25th, which was last week. It says, "The Chateau Marmont and United Here Local 11 have reached an understanding that will allow the hotel to return to its normal level of operations. To reach this mutually beneficial position, the hotel and the union agreed upon fair process that determined whether a majority of workers in certain classifications have chosen the union as their representative. A neutral arbiter validated the results, and the hotel recognized the union. All prior disputes have been laid to rest. Both Chateau Marmont and United Here Local 11 are pleased with this new relationship. We believe that it solidifies the foundation of the Chateau's historic success, the commitment to its guests and employees, both of which are famous to their loyalty and longevity. Sincerely, Andre Balaz." And
that shit.
yeah, sorry, and Kurt Peterson. So yeah, So now they have a union. So,
That's good,
but
man.
but no thanks to Jay-Z.
Yep.
That's
You
right.
could have had that shit popping in the same day. Got everything funded it and everything. You know,
But here's my question though. What if Jay-Z actually put his hand in it? Then that would have been big news. It would have been all over the news. And then it would have been like Jay-Z is the leader of the people. He actually could have gotten some good press out of that. Even
But
from sorry, go ahead.
but JB, how many celebrities have spoken out or spoken up and backed these unionization efforts? How many? Whether it was Starbucks, whether it was Amazon, not many.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Actually, in here it actually talks about. Um, let me make sure that let me see.
Because I know Susan Sarandon did, but other than that, like who
Yeah.
who else has spoken up and said congratulations? And
Okay, so let me share this
they're like,
again.
hell no, we about to lose money. We just invested in that goddamn company, motherfucker.
Let me share this really quick. It says, since last February, the Chateau staff, some of whom have worked for the hotel for decades, have led a fierce boycott that has drawn support of Hollywood figures, including Jane Fonda, Spike Lee, Issa Rae, Gabrielle Union, Samira Wiley, Robin Thede, Ashley Nicole Black, and Alfonso Cuarón. Director Aaron Sorkin scrapped a shoot at the hotel for being the Ricardos. Paramount Plus series The Offer also pulled out of filming there.
so
Spike Lee,
Jay-Z couldn't join along with Spike Lee.
No, he couldn't. He couldn't. His fellow New Yorker, he couldn't join along.
Wow.
At
Wow.
least Spike Lee was like, yeah, this looks bad. I'm gonna speak up. Jane Fonda was like, yeah, this looks kind of, yeah, we should get some attention.
What's gonna happen when all these people get displaced, get removed, and you know what I'm saying? They like, damn, I thought you would have speak up for our town more. I thought you would have been here for us more. They're gonna start feeling like that to, man, fuck it, we should just take your shit because I ain't got nothing else to lose or I ain't got nothing else, you know what I'm saying, here. So you got a lot. Actually, you look like a hoarder with all this shit in this damn mansion. Oh, this your first mansion? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Well,
maybe
Jane
that should
Fonda.
get the second one.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Jane
no.
Fonda, she's been arrested a couple times for activism.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she always kind of been real like that. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. How do you come on? Spike Lee is there. Even Spike Lee is saying, no, we got to stand up for the workers. How can you just
Yeah. Like, come on, man. You know.
So all they do, like, I be telling you, you workers, like, man, y'all don't know how much power y'all got. Y'all be around these celebrities and whatnot, all these powerful figures, man.
can we play it one more time, JB, for people? Because there's new people have joined. Can we play it one more time?
Sure thing, Sabs.
It's just funny to me. You have all these wealthy people in this Twitter space basically talking about how they're not going to, no, we're not going to give up any of our wealth.
Mm-hmm.
I told you when it comes to the class issue, wealthy people, for the most part, they usually stick together.
Oh yeah.
That's why I don't fuck with Marxists, because we're the only people that actually challenge capital.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else they be fine with, fascism, capitalism, all that crap. They be like, oh, okay. Yeah, okay, well, you can have slavery, just not shackleton slavery, right? Put it privately, put it in a prison or something.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna play it again, so that people can hear what happened.
And remember, guys, that's DJ Khaled is in the circle too,
Mm-hmm.
in this Twitter
All
space.
these niggas.
And Ari Melber, part of MSNBC, he's also in this space. All right.
Yes. Yeah, we're not gonna stop. You know, the hip hop is young. We still growing, and we're not falling for that technology, whatever, you know, this public puts out there now. That, you know, before was the American dream. Pull yourself out of bootstraps and you can make it in America. All these lies that America told us our whole life. And then when we start getting it, they try to lock.
Damn it,
He's
JB.
out of it. They started inventing words like, capitalist and, things like that. I mean, we
What?
been called nigger and monkeys and shit. I don't care. Those words y'all come up with, y'all got to come up with stronger words. When I say y'all, I'm not talking about you. The words they come up with, they got to come up with stronger words. We're not going to stop. We're not going to be tricked out of our position. Y'all locked us out. Y'all created a system that, doesn't include us. We said, fine. We went our alternate route. We created this music. We did our thing. We hustled. We fucking killed ourselves to get to this space. And, now it's like, eat the rich and think, man, we're not stopping. So that evolution is,
Bro, ain't nobody.
we came from selling 7 records and selling records out our trunk and, no radio play. And I think Reasonable Doubt did 36,000 the first week or something like that. I may be adding a little to it. So I come from Marcy Projects. My first house, 615 Lexington Avenue. My grandmother's house, 7 families lived. Like, she has 7 kids. My mother and my parents and siblings lived in that house. My aunt Niecy lived in that house. Hootie lived in that house. Butchie lived in the basement. I mean, this is one house. I went back to that house. I did an interview with Oprah, and I couldn't believe how small this house was. That all of us lived in that house. So again, that evolution that you speak of, it's just real and it's happening in real time, and I'm talking about it. And we're not going to stop, and we're not going to stop talking about it. You're not going to trick us out and make us ashamed to be successful in a place that set up a system for us to be dead at 21.
Nigga, ain't nobody calling no independent artists. There's a lot of artists out here, whether they rap or sing or whatnot. We're not calling these people capitalists because they don't even own, you know what I'm saying? They barely even own their own name, right? We're not sitting here just shunning people because they want to rap or they want to make money off of music. If you want to make money off of your art, you have every right to do that. But what draws the line is you actually being a capitalist. Like, if you want to sell clothes and you like, okay, how can I make the most profit? That's what makes you a capitalist. You are trying to capitalize, and you find out that you can actually get your production and your manufacturing over in this country because they don't lock down on certain laws like we do here in America. You can sell it here for a higher price, just like so-and-so do. And you did the same thing that every other capitalist did. We're not sitting here calling, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you can make your money how you want, but if it's off the backs of us, then that makes you a capitalist. I don't know what else to fucking tell you. You have let these fools be in your ear for too long that you forget what these things actually mean. And you talking about we are creating these words. No, these words have been here. They have been here to describe, you know what I'm saying, people like you, people like me, for generations now. We ain't just wake up one day like, oh, we got a new slang, we got a new term. Jay-Z is a fucking capitalist. Like, we haven't been living under a capitalist nation for years, for generations. And you didn't just use hip-hop to get where you are at, man. You got money in real estate. You got money in all kind of fucking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You are using the white man tools, bro. You're not just an artist anymore. If so, you'd be dropping a fucking album every year. And your albums will actually sell if you was making that much money off of just hip-hop. You're not just an artist. You are a businessman now. You are a capitalist. You try to capitalize. What the fuck is you talking about?
Yeah. I mean, what's interesting too is in that Twitter space, he actually said, no, you tried to shut us out of the American dream. And then he goes on to criticize the people that say eat the rich. Well, those are 2 different groups of people, because the people saying eat the rich, we didn't shut you out of anything.
Yeah, we didn't shut you out.
We're shut out. What are you talking about? We didn't shut you out of anything. It seems like to me his anger is misdirected. You should be mad at the other people, the rich people that tried to shut you out of that system. not the people who are saying eat the rich. So he's like, I didn't understand that. It's like, who are you really upset with here?
Now he eating caviar with them. Same motherfuckers who tried to hold him back. And he talking shit about us. And then about a bitch.
Now
Yep.
he friends with them. Those are
Yep.
his buddies.
Yep. The same people that were paying the mayors in order to make them do stop and frisk in New York when the police stopped and may have frisked you. Guess what? Now you're sitting pretty with them, eating with them, even though they were your enemies the entire time. And now you're complaining about us, even though the people who you're sitting with were the real people that actually were holding you back.
We ain't got shit to do with that shit. We ain't telling motherfuckers not to buy Jay-Z albums or his clothes. And nobody want to buy your albums or your clothes because the shit whack.
Yeah, I mean, really, Jay-Z's albums pretty much sell because his name is Jay-Z.
And his shit getting bit. No, let's keep it real. These motherfuckers making money through all them farm robot, through them farms, just like Twitter got farms. These motherfuckers got, you know what I'm saying, devices playing their music over and over and over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
And Jay-Z and Sprint actually had came out and said that they got a deal where they was gonna sell or push Jay-Z album to whatever. You can find the fucking. I'm pretty sure you can find the goddamn. My computer is kind of fucked up. I'm stuck on this, but yeah, Sprint and Jay-Z actually did a deal like that.
I think some of his best music was his older music before he was huge, right? In my opinion, I think the Hard Knocks Life album, I thought that one was pretty good. But as time went on, I was like, you know, his lyrics started to change a little bit.
I can't relate
His
to this
message started to change.
Talking about
But it was all about money.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, I'm in the hood. You talking about art and selling and fucking being in like you know, after that big pimping and all that shit, when he really started getting money, I just couldn't relate to it anymore. Like, and that a lot of people like, oh, you listen to Eminem? What the fuck? I'll be like, you know, but still, like, you know, Eminem still got some songs that you can just listen to, vibe out to, cry to, whatever. This nigga just rich in every fucking song. I can't. What the fuck? In every fucking song, you selling the most dope. You the richest nigga, and niggas hating on you. I'm like, yeah, I say it.
Him and Puff Daddy.
Yeah,
they got on that trend.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Puff Daddy got on that trend. Yeah, I mean, it. Come on, like Tupac was rapping about real life issues. Brenda's got a baby. Come on, like you. What?
Yeah.
So when Jay-Z put out 444 album, nigga, just a remix of fucking Nas shit. Like, I don't know. He could have been came out with that album in the 90s, and maybe niggas would have listened. Oh, don't die in the neighborhood that your mama renting. Oh, nigga, after you just killed so many people with your drugs, and you know what I'm saying, basically was doing the same shit. Like, it just don't make no sense to me, man. If you wanted to uplift us, but it's always money behind it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If Jay-Z was a real one, he would have actually bought out the Marcy projects and then gave ownership over to the people who are renting in the Marcy projects, and then they would have collective ownership of the Marcy projects, and then they can have that and use that to build their neighborhood. But did he do that? I don't think so.
I guarantee he looked into buying it, but when he seen that it's not profitable, when he seen that you can't make a profit off of them apartments without kicking out the black people, then he probably was just like, yeah, I'd rather not do it at all. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of rappers, you know what I'm saying, with that capitalist mindset, like, oh yeah, I want to come back, I want to do something for the hood. I want to do something for the hood, for me, you know what I'm saying, like to make me feel good about this. But at the same time, it ain't gonna be helping you. It's gonna displace a lot of people.
Yeah.
He's a billionaire now, right?
He is a billionaire. Him and Beyonce are billionaires.
I just don't. That's why it kills me sometimes when I see people, especially on Twitter and Facebook, you know, standing for like these rich celebrities like this. Because at the end of the day, Jay-Z, Beyonce, they ain't trying to do nothing for you. They don't even want to help people in their community.
Yeah.
What'd that tell you?
They come out during high hurricanes or you know what I'm saying, some shit like that. They be like, oh well, look, I'm Beyonce. I came out here with all the pores. I'm just like one of you. Touch me.
So I'm gonna do some super chats, and then I actually have something a tweet to read from friend to RBN that I want to get into. So I want to show you guys that, and then I also have another article to show you guys because I want to make sure I get to that before Sabby has to jet on. But here we go. Fantomas Fanto says Hove had Basquiat dreads, but a Bloomberg heart. Damn. Damn. Okay. Talking truth with ADC. ADC, good to see you. ADC says in 2019, Jay-Z signed a deal with the NFL to head the league's musical entertainment, which includes the biggest stage in music, the Super Bowl halftime show. Damn.
That's how Dr. Drake got on the halftime.
Yeah, woman beater, Dr. Dre. Mr. Billionaire, another billionaire. Yep. I talk to Misha Lay about it. Anyway. Rick O'Brien, thanks for the super chat, says, not sharing your abundance will break your ethical brain. Thank you so much for that as well. Radical leftist extremist says, capitalism teaches selfishness and psychopathy. If you can justify their wealth, you also justify your own economic oppression. Ooh, I like that.
That's a good one.
Joaquin 15 says, this black celebrity athlete plays its role in stopping us from taking up a communist revolutionary consciousness, accept nothing but this from them.
Ooh.
And a kid, thank you so much for the super chat. The Sabby and crew, Jay-Z is all about self, but he can be bent to our needs if we use our leverage to shame them. Interesting.
Or scare the shit out of their ass. Ain't about to, you can shame, like he just told you, like, yeah, we offended him, but this probably isn't gonna do nothing but push him further to the right or whatever the fuck your political compass is, or however the fuck you want to take it. He probably gonna get further on their side. So it's not just about shaming these people. They know that people don't like the rich. They know that people are going homeless and whatnot. The thing is, they are afraid of losing that. Everybody's afraid of losing their capital, and if we can find out the places that he owned, like some people saying that he owned Starbucks, and he owns some Starbucks, et cetera, go fucking protest them bitches, or if you work there, get the motherfucker shut down, show them that the proletarian isn't playing. We ain't about to feed you if you talking about us like this. Yeah.
I gotta share this. Hold up. First, I'm gonna read this Rockfin comment. Chris D on Rockfin said Khaled doesn't even say shit about Palestine, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? And I'm like, hold up, and I just did a Twitter search. Hey, hold up, where's DJ Khaled parents from? Palestine. In early life, Khaled was born in November 26, 1975, New Orleans, Louisiana, to Palestinian parents who immigrated to the United States. That man is Palestinian.
Uh-oh.
DJ Khaled is Palestinian. And he
I
ain't
didn't know
nothing.
That. He be calling us niggas?
What?
DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled, I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. You ain't the best. You ain't the best.
I never said I was the best. I said we. I said we.
Bruh, you're sitting here talking about we the best, and you ain't saying nothing about your people? What?
Wow.
Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Man.
He got his, JB.
Thanks, Chris D on Rockfin, man. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Thank you so much for that info. I had to look that up. Like, what? I didn't even know that. Sheesh.
Shit, you can't be surprised, man. Look at niggas that be selling us out. We talking about a nigga selling us out right here. So yeah, you can't, man. It's always somebody. It's always somebody. I don't want to go back to that. I remember how it was and blah blah. Well, you got something to make it better, man. You can make it better if you wanted to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
come
So
from small ass countries, you know, come here, become celebrities, and then go back and go over there and be gods. Nigga, you can make these people move how you want it.
Soul
Yeah.
said Khaled isn't even a DJ.
More of a hype man.
Yeah.
But I saw somebody was like, well, he actually is a modern DJ because he put together mixes of different artists. I'm like, man, that nigga selling albums. Damn A&R.
Now, I'm going to talk about another billionaire really quick because this person is in close proximity to Jay-Z. And everybody gives this person a lot of accolades when really, if they looked into it, this person doesn't deserve any accolades. And I'm talking about Rihanna.
I was gonna bring her up earlier too about her Fendi.
Yep.
Yep.
Rihanna's Fenty Beauty accused of using child labor in India. So, I'm going to read the article. It says complaint has been filed against Rihanna's cosmetics brand, Fenty Beauty, for its alleged use of mica derived from child labor in India. Veena Joshi, of the activist organization Legal Rights Observatory, filed the complaint to seek an investigation from the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, the NCPCR, on the source of Fenty Beauty's mica. Joshi's statement alleges Rihanna company uses child labor to extract blood mica from mines in Jharkhand, one of India's poorest regions. The NGO's representative claims that Fenty Beauty does not have the correct certification to prove it does not use child labor in the production of its products. The makeup company recently revealed that it does not carry out audits of its suppliers, but instead, quote, expects its direct product suppliers to adhere to and implement our suppliers' code of conduct, which addresses working conditions for suppliers and specifically prohibits the use of involuntary or forced labor, human trafficking, child labor, and harassment and abuse. It
You
says
guys see this?
India is one of the world's largest producers of mica, a mineral often used to add shimmer and color to makeup. Unfortunately, 70% of the country's mica mines are unregulated by the government. It is estimated that 22,000 children are employed by the industry, working for as little as 20 to 3 rupees a day or 29 to 42 cents in US dollars, in extremely hazardous conditions. The spotlight on Fenty Beauty came just days after Bar- Barbadian singer voiced support for Indian farmers protesting against the agricultural laws. Rihanna brought worldwide attention to the cause with just one tweet, rallying both praise and criticism for weighing on the issue.
Wow. Well, at least she responded to it, because I was going to ask, like, did she know? Was she aware at the time that that was what was happening?
Oh no. She was talking about Indian farmers protest. She didn't address about the Fenty Beauty. So people are like, isn't that ironic? You talk about the farmers, but you don't talk about the kids, doing mining for, your beauty products.
Saul said maybe she's born. You like the Maybelline? Maybe she's born with it. No, it's slavery.
Damn.
So, oh my God, the comments today.
Wow. Woo, man, you guys are on. Hey, remember the old I guess it was the NBA, I guess it was NBA 2K game or whatever it was back then. You know, he's like he's on fire. Yeah.
I just want to shout out this one from Leroy in reference to DJ Khaled. Leroy said he's a glorified club promoter.
Yeah, basically. And then when he get there, man, I saw so many videos of this nigga getting booed and people not singing along. Like, man, where the fuck the real artists at? The fuck you out here for?
Yeah.
And why does he have to say his name at the beginning of every song?
I produced it.
Yeah. So you can get credit. Because just like Suge Knight said, he want to be all in the videos, dancing. If you want to be a real artist, come to Death Row Records.
Shit, Snoop got Death Row now.
Jason Derulo does that too. Jason Derulo.
Really?
He does at the beginning of the songs. He has to say his name.
Why you got to say your name?
I don't know. Old
I'm
school
not-
people didn't do that. Prince didn't do that. Michael Jackson didn't do that. Like,
No. All you had to do was hear a few riffs, and you knew who it was.
Yep.
Dun, 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 and you knew Prince. Oh snap! That's all you had to do. Right?
dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to celebrate this thing called life. Let's go crazy.
Let's go. Oh man, don't get me
Oh,
started.
John said Mike Jones. I
Jones.
forgot
Who?
Mike Jones used to do that
yeah.
too.
Who?
Mike Jones.
Who?
Mike Jones. Beanie Siegel was the name that they gave me. So hey, remember when
These
they were
motherfuckers
just-
narcissists, y'all.
yeah. Remember when they would just sing? They actually didn't really like. They didn't. You just knew by their voice, and you were like, "Damn!" Like for instance, Rick James, he'd be like, "I used to love
Oh,
them
yeah.
and leave them.
That's a good
That's
job,
what I
JB.
used to do."
That's good, JB.
Is he gonna get a fucking contract and leave our ass?
Oh
It
no.
was pain before pleasure. That was my claim to fame. Oh my goodness! So that was, that's what you knew who it was. I know you want to leave me, but I refuse to let you go. That
Just
you
wanna
knew
sing.
who it was. That if I should stay, I will only be in your way. You knew who it was. So my thing is, you don't have to say it. You don't have to say your name. Say your name in order for people to know who you are. They should know you by
When
your
you're a
work.
real artist, you don't. All these motherfuckers just copycats, man. Nowadays,
Yeah, well, that's true.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't heard shit original. From
Mm.
rap to R&B, I ain't heard shit original. I ain't and I know that's where a lot of hip hop came from is, sampling other music. A lot of like Luther Vandross spent his whole career just doing other nigga songs. Like, but you know what I'm saying? Still had, he still had the original feeling to him. A lot of these people just copy and paste, and they all bred and put out by the same company anyway. So that's why they all nothing authentic nowadays.
I think Puff Daddy, every song Puff Daddy came out with was a sample, I think.
Oh yeah. That's why he was the king of the remix.
Yep.
His ass got sued. He got sued for that Biggie song. And he still got to pay for that Biggie song.
Oh my goodness! How is Pitbull up there?
Man, I wish I knew 5 words. If I can get like 5 or 10 words down in Spanish, I can make music just like Pitbull.
Pitbull's songs make you want to get up and dance, though.
I don't know. I really don't listen to his songs.
There's a lot of people that do, hit them clubs and snort them, they hit them bumps, them speed bumps in the middle of the club. Shit. Any music can sound good after you hit a couple speed bumps.
Yeah. Oh, you mean that Twinkle Twinkle?
Yeah, the twinkle.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that music for.
Yep. Oh my gosh, man. So let me check on Rockman, just to make sure. Let me see. Dick on Rockfin says Black beauty and fashion entrepreneurs as a political issue is probably planned for us at this time since Netflix came out with their very good series on South Africa, Savage Beauty, or is it just a coincidence? Interesting.
That is interesting. You guys got to watch. This is going to be my homework for the next week. There's a documentary on Hulu called "The FBI and MLK."
Mm,
So I'm gonna try to
interesting.
check that out when I
Yeah.
get back from the camp.
Okay. And that's what you're going to be on at over the weekend, Sabby. So,
Yay!
what do you have planned for this evening for your show, as well as what's going on this weekend?
Yeah, so I'll have my show tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Four news stories talking about. One of them is about the water crisis in Jackson, Mississippi. American University protest strikers there, and the new China fear from Breaking Points. They had another recent video where they're fear mongering about China, and I think the other one is Ro Khanna talking about neoliberalism. That was really pretty funny. But this weekend, yeah, I'm gonna be at Camp Dada with the Bank Sisters, people at Quaker Socialist. Delilah is gonna be there, so I finally get to meet her for the first time. She's coming all the way from Texas. I was gonna go down tomorrow, but some shit happened with the bank. Those of you who are in the DM group with me, you know about it. But I had fraud on my account as of yesterday, so I
Oh,
wouldn't be able to leave tomorrow because I had to take care of the banking stuff and switch everything around and open new accounts. And then, so I'm going down Saturday. So I'm excited. So I'll be there Saturday and Sunday, and I'll come back Monday. And we're going to do like skill sharing and stuff like that while we're there. There's a couple of, I would say, artistic expression events that we're going to do. But nothing that we're doing is an arrest risk. And that's important because some of the people that are coming are here on visa and we can't risk that. So should be
yeah,
great.
cool. What you got going on, Rome?
Shit, Jim. No, I'm playing. But no, I got tour for the poor in a couple of weeks, man. We're giving out 800 plus backpacks, supplies to go with them, snacks to go in the backpacks. Bounce house. We're gonna have a gaming trailer there. It's gonna be a whole bunch of communist propaganda. It's gonna be nice. Something big for the children. I might have to space it out to 1 or 2 days, depending on how big the turnout actually is. But if you want to donate, you can donate to Tour for the Poor. It's Cash App and Venmo. And I got Mississippi. I'm actually thinking about going down after I'm done up here. I got a couple things I got to take care of, but I think we should get some people on the ground down there in Jackson, Mississippi, also. So I might do a tour down there, do some reporting, and try to get some water for the people down there. This is going to be a hell of a trip. I might just try to take a U-Haul full of a whole bunch full of water and just drive it all the way down to Mississippi. But we're gonna try something. I know we can do something.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you so much for that. As for me, this Tuesday on my channel, I'm going to be talking to Michelle Pfeiffer, not the actress. There's a friend. No. um, I'm talking to the better Michelle Pfeiffer. She's actually a disability activist. And so I'll be talking to her on my show, and then I'm going to be doing a special stream 9 p.m. next Thursday after the Sabby and Jaybe show. I'll be doing a show interviewing independent presidential candidate John Stasevich. So we'll be doing that as well next week. So I'm excited for that. And then, of course, on the JB show this Sunday, I'll be doing some programming as usual here on RBN. So that is what I got going on. So I just want to thank you guys. By the way, I found this article on BuzzFeed talking about like the 44, some of the 44 richest celebrities. I'm just gonna, TLDR, you know, the 44th and the most richest person on the list is actually Rihanna with a wealth of 1.2 billion. So you guys found it
Hey,
out. Yeah. So
that's too much money, yo.
yeah. So that's what
Man.
I have. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who has left a super chat. Um, and if I missed any, I don't think I missed any, but I appreciate it all. I'm sorry, we appreciate it all. And look, all I got to say is love yourself, love each other. What else do we need to say, Sabs?
Give back to the community, give back to people. You know, like if you got out and you find a way to make it, just give back. That's all.
Without asking anything in return.
Right.
Yep. Sabby's got the last word. Bye, everybody. Boom.
Nigga, you get the
Come on to me, baby. Since we're talking about Prince.